Kid Cudi is one of my favorite artists, and he has a new film coming to Netflix. Let's jump into my review of the new film, Entergalactic. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Entergalactic, which is coming to Netflix September 30th. Now, this animated film, which is more or less like an immersive, sort of very creative, you could almost say it's a visual art book sort of styling of a film, is called Entergalactic, which is also the name of his new album, which, if you can do the math here, you can assume that all of the music from the album is in this film, and indeed it is. But I gotta say, like, I need to kind of listen. Anytime I hear a new album, let's just cut to the chase. Anytime I hear a new album, I need to hear it a few times. But for the first time watch and listen, I was digging it. I thought the pairing of the music and the animation and the story worked really well together. So yeah, that's why it's more of an immersive sort of animated story that takes you on an adventure with the songs that complement the events that are happening in the scenes, with the animation style being, you know, not my favorite, but I did enjoy it. But there also is a couple of different animation styles. There's a pure Japanese anime portion of this film that obviously I'm going to enjoy as a big anime lover. But the meshing of the animation styles I thought was very unique and cool. This film, in terms of vibe and tone, gives you Into the Spider-Verse, minus like the superhero aspect of it. This is more of a love story. You have Jabari, who is voiced by Kid Cudi. This is also, by the way, brought to you by Kenya Barris, who's done the Blackish franchise, you know, Blackish, Grownish, all those sorts of things, and Kid Cudi. But yeah, like I said, Kid Cudi is voicing Jabari, who is a talented artist, and he's basically trying to like tote life between his success and love. His ex-girlfriend's there, and she's a little bit of a temptation. All his boys around him are like, hey man, you got to kind of leave that in the past. That's kind of been kind of like stifling in terms of your success going forward, until he meets Meadow, who is his neighbor, who's also very ambitious, has a very similar career path, and they just mesh really well together. And while there's a little bit of reluctancy to like really give into one another, they both do have eyes on each other, and it's going to be a crazy ride as they decide to, if they're really going to, you know, go after this, you know, they're going to have to do it, you know, they're going to have to put strides in order to kind of make this work, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a pretty, you know, very chill love story. It's definitely directed towards smokers. It definitely has some funny moments. It's adult themed, tons of sex references. The music, as I said, a lot of it is Kid Cudi's new album. Features by Dolla ign, who also is voicing in this as well too. You also have other folks: Jaden Smith, Tiana Taylor, Macaulay Culkin. You have some notable names attached to this project: Vanessa Hutchinson, and so on. So, oh, and I should mention too, Jessica Williams is voicing the character Meadow. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of notable names attached to this, and overall, I enjoyed it because visually, it's completely fascinating. The visuals, the animation and effects is completely fascinating. Your eyes are just completely wowed the entire time, and I would not be surprised upon tour he uses a lot of this animation for like the set pieces in the background, which I'm always a big fan of stuff like that at concerts. But you know, like the voice acting was pretty solid. The characters were relatable, the story is sort of relatable. There's also a moral to a very important icon at the end of this film. I'm not going to give that away. I'm gonna let you kind of peep it at the end. But there's a moral in terms of like respect and honoring an icon in the fashion industry. So like there's a lot to kind of look forward into this film. One, if you're a Kid Cudi fan, this is a no-brainer. If you're looking for a really dope new animated film, here you go. I think if you enjoy Into the Spider-Verse, that style of animation and just the flowing, that sort of comic book styling of animation, I think that like you will enjoy this. And while it's not the same type of animation, it flows the same, that comic book style. And then as I said, there's a couple of meshings of different animation styles within this as well too. As I said, you have anime, the Japanese of the West. The Japanese animation of the West is also in a portion of this film as well too. So yeah, I think I enjoyed this film a little bit, about an hour and a half, and I gotta watch it again because I want to kind of really dissect the music, which I gotta say, for the first time listening to it, I definitely enjoyed the music. A couple of songs I really know I liked, and you know, as a person or anybody who listens to music, you know, you gotta listen to it a couple of times to really kind of process some of the lyrics and so on. But with the story, given the visual depiction of the lyrics, it really does kind of accelerate a lot of the messages within it. So yeah, but hey, check it out, Entergalactic on Netflix, September 30th. Jump in the comments, folks, and let me know your thoughts about this. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.